Good morning, students. I welcome you all to your English class. I hope so all of you are doing well. So let's begin with today's English class. Today's topic is chapter number 9, Adverb. So we will start a new chapter today, children, that is Adverb, from your new learners English grammar and composition book. So today we will start from page number 61 to 64. So everyone get ready with your books and let's proceed with today's class. So today we are going to learn the chapter Adverb. So it's chapter number 9, Adverb. Now let's first discuss about the 8 parts of speech. So I hope so all of you know what are the 8 parts of speech. Yes, they are noun, pronoun, adjective, preposition, conjunctions, verb, adverb and interjection. So we are going to read one of the parts of speech today, that is adverb. So when we talk about adverb, it adds something more to the verb. So you can see when, to what extent, where, in what manner, how. So these are the questions that we ask for finding out the adverb. So let's proceed. First of all, it is very important for us to understand what is the meaning of adverb. So an adverb describes a verb, an adjective or another adverb and answer the questions below. So we can ask the question how an action took place, how often an action took place, when the action took place or where the action took place. So for how, you might get the answers easily, happily, loudly, quickly and many other. For how often, you might get the answer always, every day, frequently, never, often, seldom, sometimes. For when, you might get the answer after, before, early, now, since, today, yesterday, tomorrow. Yes. And for where, you might get the answer away, everywhere, here, home, inside, outside, near, there and many more. So here you can see some examples given to you. The girl runs quickly. So how does the girl run? She runs quickly. So the word quickly is your adverb. This is a very sweet mango. So how is the mango? How does it taste? It tastes very sweet. Peter reads quite clearly. So how does Peter read? He reads quite clearly. So the word quite is the adverb. Now you can check in your own books on page number 61 and you can see that an adverb adds something more to the meaning of a verb. So as you can see the word itself, it is adverb. So it is adding something more to the verb. So it's very important for us to understand and know that how many types of adverbs are there? There are 4 types of adverbs. It's very important for you to know. Number 1 is known as adverbs of manner. So you can ask the question how an action is done. Number 2, adverbs of place, where an action is done. So we have to ask the question where did the action take place. Number 3, adverb of time. So we will ask the question when did the action take place or when was the action done. And number 4, adverb of frequency, how many times an action is done. So this is how we have to identify the 4 types of adverbs that might be there in a sentence. Okay, children? So we will discuss about each of the adverb in details. So first we will talk about the adverb of manner. So the adverb which tells us how an action is done are called the adverbs of manner. Here you can see some examples given to us. Number 1, it's on page number 62. Number 1, the ice cream melts quickly. So how does the ice cream melt? It melts quickly. The computer works silently. So how is the computer working? It is working silently. So that's your adverb of manner. The cheetah runs fast. So how is the cheetah running? It's running fast. Number 4, the moon rose slowly in the sky. So how did the moon rise in the sky? It rose slowly. So these are the examples of adverb of manner. So it shows us how an action is done. So I hope so you have already understood. So here are some more examples. Bravely, gently, foolishly, clearly, carefully, well, fast, quickly, badly. So these are some more examples. So the soldiers fought bravely. How did the soldier fight? He fought bravely. He talks like his father. So how does he talk? He talks like his father. So the word bravely and like are the adverbs. So let's check out some more examples. So here you can see there is an elephant named Thud. So he is saying, he is inviting his friends to his party. Dress up for my party. So his friends are asking, should we dress casually? The monkey is asking, should we dress formally? The pig is asking, should we dress comfortably? And the owl or the fox is asking, should we dress elegantly? So the question is, how should they dress up for their friend's party? Here you can see some more examples. You have to speak quietly. So how you have to speak? You have to speak quietly. It walks slowly. So how does it walk? Slowly. That's your adverb of manner. She cooks badly. So how does she cook? Badly. She drives carefully. So how does she drive? She drives carefully. My mom sometimes speaks angrily. So sometimes how your mother speaks? She speaks angrily. So these are known as the adverb of. Now children, we will talk next about the adverb of place. So first we will check out the sentences that are given to us. Number 1, the children are playing in the park. Number 2, the children are playing downstairs. Number 3, we live here. Number 4, we live on this island. So we have to ask here the question where. So the adverb that tells about where an action is done is called the adverb of place. So where are the children playing? They are playing in the park. So that is your adverb of place. The children are playing downstairs. So where are they playing? Downstairs. So that is your adverb of place. Number 3, we live here. So where do you live? Here. So that is also your adverb of place. And number 4, we live on this island. So where do you live? You live in this island. So that is also your adverb of place. So park, downstairs, here, island, these are all adverb of place. Next. So the adverb of place helps the speaker express where the verb or action is taking place. They are usually placed after the main verb or object or at the end of the sentence. So the adverb of more adverbs of place are above, below, everywhere, here, in, inside, into, nowhere, out, outside, there, backward, down, near, nearby. So these are some more examples of adverb of place. Okay. So here also you can see some more examples that has been given about the adverb of place. Next we will discuss about adverbs of time. So the adverbs of time is used to talk about when an action is done. At what time was the action done? So we have to ask the question when. So number one example we can try out. I will come home in the evening. So when will I come home? In the evening. So evening is your adverb of place. Number 2, I will come home at 7 o'clock. So at what time I am coming back home? At 7 o'clock. Number 3, they will come tomorrow. So when are they coming? They are coming tomorrow. So the word tomorrow is the adverb of place. Number 4, I will be home before they come. So when you will be home? Before they come. So the word before, tomorrow, 7 o'clock and evening are the adverbs of place. Adverbs of time. So here also you can see some more examples like early, late, since, ago, before, after, now, soon, immediately, later, afterwards, last, fast, daily, today, tomorrow, yesterday, in the morning, evening. So these are all known as these are all examples of adverb of time, which tells us when the action was done. Next. So here also you can find out some more examples of adverbs of time, like already, finally, after, before, eventually, since, for, 1 year, 2 days, 3 weeks, so many more. Next, we will discuss about the last type of adverb, that is the adverb of frequency. So adverb of frequency means how many times. It tells us how many times the action was done or how many times did the action take place. Okay, the adverb that tells us how many times something happens or does not happen are called the adverbs of frequency. So for finding out the adverbs of frequency, we have to ask the question how many times. Okay. So number one example, you can see it rains often in Sri Lanka. So how many times does it rain in Sri Lanka? It rains often. So the word often is the adverb of frequency. Number 2, but it never snows there. Never is also the adverb of frequency. Number 2, in many parts of Nepal, it snows repeatedly in winters. So how many times does it snow? It snows repeatedly. So the word repeatedly is adverb of frequency. In some parts, number 4, in some parts of India, it rains sometimes while at the other it snows. So at some parts of India, how many times does it rain? So it rains sometimes. So the word sometimes is known as the adverb of frequency. So I hope so you have understood the 4 types of adverbs, right? So here are some more examples of adverb of frequency like twice, often, once, seldom, again, frequently, hourly, always, daily, never, every day, now, again. So these are all known as regularly examples of frequency. Okay. So if the action takes place every time, so it will be always. 90% of the time, usually. 80% of the time, normally. 70% of the time it takes place, it's often. 50% of the time, sometimes. 30% of the time it takes place occasionally. If it takes place 10% of the time, seldom. If it takes place 5% of the time, hardly ever. And if it is not taking place at all, so we will use never. Okay, so these are the adverbs of frequency. Now here you can see a table on page number 63. So this table is very important. So here you can see For finding out the 4 different types of adverbs, what are the questions that we need to ask? So first of all, we will discuss about the adverbs of manner. So for us taking out or picking up the adverb of manner from the sentence, we have to ask the question how. So to ask about the way something is done. So the examples you have swiftly, slowly, lazily and clearly. Next, when we talk about the adverb of place, so we have to ask the question where the action has taken place. So your answer might be in the park, downstairs, there, on this island. When is the question that we have to ask for finding out the adverb of time, like in the evening, at 7 o'clock, tomorrow and before. And if we have to find out the adverb of frequency, we have to ask the question how many times. So your some of the words given here are often, never, repeatedly, sometimes. So I hope so you all are clear about the 4 types of adverbs and what are the questions we need to ask for finding out the types of adverbs. Now let's move to the exercise that's on page number 63. So we will start with number 1. Let's practice. Which of the 4 questions, how, where, when or how many times, should you ask to get the underlined adverbs? So the adverbs are underlined already in the sentences and we have to write which type of question we have to ask, and we have to write what is the type of adverb or which type of adverb is it. Okay, so I hope so it's clear to all of you. Number A, let's start with number A. My uncle lives on an island all alone. So on an island. So we have to ask the question where. Okay, and the type is place. So at which place? It is the adverb of place. So on an island. He conducts strange experiments every day. So you have to ask the question how many times. So this is the adverb of frequency. Now next, he keeps busy from the morning till the evening. So we have to ask the question when. So when does he keeps busy? It is the adverb of time. We are talking about time. So you have to write below adverb type time. Next, his work in the lab just goes on. In the lab. So again we have to ask the question where. Okay, so it is adverb of place, in the lab. As he works, he sings softly to himself. So how? The question is how? How does he sing? He sings softly. So it is the adverb of manner. So below the adverb type you will write manner. Now let's turn the page and let's go to page number 64. So let's start number B. He learned to sing in his childhood. So when did he learn to sing? In his childhood. So you have to ask the question when, and below adverb type you have to write time. Next, he would never sing alone. So never, we have to ask the question how often or how many times. So your answer is never. So that means it is adverb of frequency. So below adverb type you have to write frequency. And he did not sing in the house. So you have to ask the question where. So where he did not sing? In the house. So that is adverb of place. So you have to write down place below adverb type. He would go outside with his father and sing with him. So outside. So where he would go? Outside. So you have to ask the question where, and your adverb type is place. Next, both of them sang so sweetly together. Sweetly. So how did they sing? So how? The question that you have to ask is how, and it is the adverb of manner. So below adverb type you have to write manner. Now let's move to number C. He studied science later as a young boy. So when did he study science? When. So the question is when, and adverb type is time, right? Next, he would always ask his father a lot of questions. So how many times? So you have to ask the question, how many times did he ask questions? So it is the adverb of frequency. So the question is how many times, and adverb type is frequency. They spent time walking here and there and singing. So here and there, so you have to ask the question where. Okay, the question will be where and adverb type will be place. Next, when he comes here, he does the same thing quietly. So how he does it? We have to ask the question how. So it is adverb of manner. So the adverb type is manner. After a while, he realized that he wanted to make humans live forever. After a while. So how many times or when? Okay. So after a while will be when. We will ask the question when. Okay. And it is adverb of time. Next, last one, we will move to number D. His experiment started in his college. So in his college, we have to ask the question where. Where did it start? So the question is where, and the adverb type is place. In which place? College. Okay. He worked continuously to find out how people age. Continuously. So that is how many times. So which question we have to ask? We have to ask how many times, and adverb type is frequency. After each achievement, he sings out loudly. So after each achievement, so how many times? So question is how many times? So it is again the adverb of frequency. And the last one, he lives simply and loves all. Simply. So the word simply, we have to ask the question how, and the adverb type is manner. Okay. So I hope so it is clear to you. The exercise is clear to you. So all of you should complete the exercise. Now let's move to number 2. Choose the correct adverbs of manner to complete the sentences. One has been done for you. So the first one has been done for us. Number A, the squirrels ran fast from bush to bush. So we have got the options. We have to pick out the correct option. We have to put a tick on the correct option, and we have to write the correct option in the blank space that is given to us. So number B, we will start with number B. The children ate up all the ice cream dash. So the options are here. At night greedily. So how did they eat the ice cream? Yes, they ate it greedily. So you will put a tick on greedily, and you will write down greedily in the blank space. Next, number C. Our teacher makes us work dash. So the options are there, hard or on Sundays. So the option is hard. How does your teacher makes you work? She makes you work hard. So you have to put a tick on hard, and you have to write it in the blank space. Number D, we play in the school ground dash. So the options are outside, happily or often. So how do you play in the school ground? You play happily. So you have to tick on happily, and you have to write it down. Let's move to number E. Mimi is a good singer. She sings dash. So how does she sing? Is it daily, sweetly, or on the weekends? So the correct option is sweetly. So you will tick on sweetly, and you will write down sweetly in the blank space. And the last one is number F. Bulbul speaks Spanish dash. So how does she speak Spanish? Every day, clearly, or rarely? So your correct option is clearly. So you will tick on clearly, and you will write down clearly. So I hope so all of you have completed your exercise and you have understood well the 4 types of adverbs. So that much for today's English class. All of you should go through the examples and the exercise which we have done in today's class. So that much for today's class. All of you stay happy and healthy. Thank you.